How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today's question is it true that no alcoholic can ever really quit being an alcoholic? The wording is really interesting there for a start. You know, you're asking about quit being an alcoholic. I think that is the essence of the whole thing about alcoholism. It's whether or not you quit being an alcoholic, you know, whether you stop up here. I think that's where all the control is. You've got your control up here. You've got, you know, whether you think you're an alcoholic or you think you're not an alcoholic. That's the big question. You know, I mean, I've talked about this, the definition of alcoholism before. There's no solid line where, you know, you're a drinker and then you step across that line into a problem drinker, let's say, or a dependent drinker, and then you step across another line and you're an alcoholic. There's no definite definition about this, right? Ask one doctor and they're going to say one thing, ask another doctor and they're going to say another thing, you know. And the reason why this is because the people who are making these definitions up are more than likely drinkers themselves, you know. So it's like asking the lunatics in the asylum to set the rules, you know. It's like saying, well, you know, on a highway in future, right, we're not going to say the speed limit on this road is 60 miles an hour or 70 miles an hour. We're going to say it's fast and very fast and not too fast, right? So there's no definite line that you cross that you can say, this is, I can measure this, you know. And I can say, well, once you step across that, then you're going too fast, right? You know, 60 miles an hour, that's it. If you go 61 miles an hour, you're going too fast, and some guy with a uniform and a camera can say, right, well, I've got proof here that you went above the speed limit. There's none of that in this, so the definition is kind of in the person's, it's what they think, it's what other people tell them, you know, well, you're an alcoholic because you do this, and I'm not an alcoholic because I don't do this, you know. The definition for me of alcoholic, right, is up here in your head. It's what you think as a drinker. That's what matters. It's what you think when you quit drinking, I think, which matters the most. I think, you know, when most drinkers will not call themselves alcoholic. They won't say they've got a problem until it's blatantly obvious that, you know, alcohol is causing them a lot of issues in their life. You know, alcohol will cause problems in anyone's life from the time you start, you know, and you get that first vomiting and your head is going around and you've got a hangover the next day. That's a problem, you know. There's no two ways about it. When you put in alcohol inside your system and it's causing all sorts of chaos to happen inside your system, right? It's causing chaos in your liver, it's causing chaos in your bloodstream, in your heart, in your brain. That's a problem, right? So, you know, the first time anyone starts putting this stuff inside their bodies, they've got a problem. It's the same thing with if you were taking what do you call it? We'll talk about crack cocaine, right? If you're taking crack cocaine, there is no line along this thing, right? As soon as you start taking crack cocaine, you've got a problem. Everyone knows it. Everyone agrees with that. You know, that's it. Period. You've got a problem. The only people that wouldn't probably agree with that would be the people that are taking crack cocaine or the people that are dealing it. Same thing with alcohol. Funny enough, if you're taking heroin, there is no line that says, you know, you're an okay heroin user until you get to this point, and then after you step across that line, then you're a problem heroin user or you're a heroinaholic. Same thing with cigarettes, you know. As soon as you start smoking cigarettes, you've got a problem. As soon as you inhale that hot carcinogenous smoke into your lungs, that's a problem. Your body's not designed to do that, you know. So, you know, where is the alcoholic thing? I think, you know, if you carry around the label alcoholic, I've met people who have stopped drinking alcohol for 10, 15, 20 years and they're still calling themselves an alcoholic. I've had so many comments about me and my drinking and people saying to me, you're not a real alcoholic, real in capital letters, you know. You know, like they're wearing this real alcoholic label like a badge of honor, you know, like they've run into a burning building and saved children, you know what I mean? I'm a real alcoholic. You're not a real alcoholic. What were you drinking? Ha, Guinness? My God. No, I got up every morning and drank a whole bottle of vodka. I'm a real alcoholic, you're not. You know, this is bullshit. So it's all up here. If you carry around the alcoholic label, then that's what you carry around, and you carry around the consequences, you carry around the meaning of that within yourself. You know, you carry around the restrictions that obviously gives you as a person, right? I don't carry around that. My alcohol drinking, I left that behind me 5 years ago, right? Just the same way as I left, you know, shit in my nappy. I left that behind years and years and years ago, you know, and I still don't call myself a nappy shitter, you know. Same thing, I don't call myself an alcoholic. Don't drink bottles anymore. I don't crawl around on the floor anymore. You know, these are all things that your interpretation matters. It's what you carry around in your head. If you control yourself, if you say to yourself, right, there's no more alcohol coming inside my body, that's it, period. How are you still an alcoholic, right? It's like a person who is overweight, who is obese, and they lose all the weight and they still carry around this thing. Well, I'm still an obese person. I'm still a real obese person, you know, even though they're normal weight now. You know, it's still, you know, you hear often people talking about they stopped smoking and they're an ex-smoker, right? You know, even that's like, it's a weird one to use. You know, I'm an ex-smoker or an ex-drinker. You know, for me, I just used to drink and that was it. You know, it's something I used to do, and it's not a label that I use on myself. I don't use X on myself anymore, you know. You know, it's the same thing as I wouldn't say to myself, I'm an ex-fatty, you know. It just doesn't make any sense, does it? So, look, if you want any help quitting drinking alcohol, I've got a book that I think you're going to enjoy. Going to give it to you for free. If you download this book, if you apply the principles, I'm sure that you're going to enjoy lots of different benefits from the book, you know, better health, better relationships, more money in your bank account, better, you know, just overall life, you know. I can't tell you how much my life has improved just over the last 5 years. You know, so much more to my life now that I don't drink, you know. There's so much more to my relationships, to my finances, to my spirituality, to so many different areas of my life. Because I don't put that poison inside myself anymore. I don't think like that. That's the main thing. You know, whether you put the poison inside your mouth or not is a completely different sort of kettle of fish. It's whether you, it's what you think like in your whole system. So as I said, I want to give you this book for free. All you have to do is click on the link down below in the description area. Go to the website alcoholmastery.com. Once you're there, leave your best email address and I'll send you out a free copy. As I said, I'm positive that you're going to enjoy this book and find it extremely useful. So go ahead right now, click on the link down below this video to get started, and I'll see you later on. All right, take care of yourself. I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Onwards and upwards. Take care. Bye now.